Yeah,
And what did you think?
he's really fast and quick.
And then what did you think when you saw him in person?
Same thing. You know, he looks like a Blair all the time.
Kenyon said that very early in fall camp there was some talk amongst the veterans that this kid's not going to redshirt. Is that accurate?
Oh yeah, most definitely. You know, he's a phenomenal player, and Coach Kelly puts him in good situations to excel on the football field.
Rob.
Talking last week about kind of scouting opponents, you made it sound like you look more kind of at the personnel and how fast some defenders are rather than the system that they're running. SC's got 3 freshman linebackers, so it's an inexperience, but Chip was just talking about how athletic they are. What are your impressions of the linebackers that they feel that you're going to go against?
You know, they can run really well. When you look on film, they run to the ball really well. You know, they tackle really well. They're a very athletic group.
Steven.
Michael, I talked to Chip about this, but what ways do you feel like you've improved from last season to this season?
I think I'm a lot stronger than last year. Pick up blitzes a lot better. Things along that line.
And last year, you made a point of saying that you didn't care about the Heisman. Is that still true this year?
I don't care at all.
Why is that such a prestigious award, you know, you just kind of overlook it?
It's a prestigious word to who? You know, not to me. You know, the only thing I care about is winning games.
Yes, Matt.
LaMichael, Matt Barkley said he thought you guys were better in previous years when he's faced you than you were going to be this year. How do you respond to that?
I don't know, man. You know, I thought SC was really good in '06 too. You know, that stuff really doesn't matter. You know, we're not playing a team from last year or '06. You know, we're playing SC, you know, 2011, and they're playing us 2011. So none of that stuff's really matter. You know, that's why the game is played on the field come Saturday, and you know, not through a media outlet.
Brian.
How much does it help you in finding space and maybe not having as much attention paid to you? And you have guys like DeAnthony on the field at the same time, Kenyon on the field at the same time. How much does that, you know, maybe give you work to your advantage?
It works to our advantage. Big, you know, those guys are athletes. You know, you never know who's going to get the ball in our offense. They do a great job, you know, when they don't have the ball, you know, with fakes and blocking. I've seen Kenyon do some great blocks, and DeAnthony last Saturday, you know, on the linebacker, and like 60 pounds bigger than him. So we really do a great job, you know, working with each other, you know, when we don't have the ball, and it's a big key, you know, in this offense.
I guess last thing for DeAnthony this season, you know, what has there been any play specifically that you've seen that, you know, like, wow, I didn't know that he could do that, or, you know, that was an amazing play?
Nah, you know, I see him every day in practice, so, you know, I'm kind of out of the wow factor, you know. It's kind of like a routine with him.
AJ.
LaMichael, at the beginning of the season, the offensive line was relatively inexperienced, and you know, as the season's progressed, they've opened bigger and bigger holes for you. Can you describe for us the progress of the offensive line and what they've done for you?
They do a great job, you know, especially in these last couple weeks. They play with a lot of energy. You know, I keep them pumped up throughout the game. You know, just being animated with them, and they do a phenomenal job blocking for me. You know, blocking for Darren, and when those guys are pumped up and they get rolling, they create some really big holes.
Ken.
What do you say to the offensive line to pump them up?
You know, I say a lot of different things. Some things I probably shouldn't say in here. Kind of filter it. You know, but you know, I play with a lot of energy, and they like when I play with energy. You know, it gets them going.
Can't sanitize.
You know, I keep that internal.
Steven.
Michael, with you, you know, do you follow any of the other players that are in the Heisman race? Just out of curiosity, like an Andrew Luck or the Oklahoma State quarterback. Do you look at any of those kind of players?
No, they don't play on our team, then I don't care.
Warren.
Hey, LaMichael, can you talk about the pace? How is the pace picked up in your offense as opposed to maybe, say, 6 games ago? Is the pace increasing as the season goes?
You know, it really just depends on what the defense gives us. Sometimes we go really slow. You know, we check and see what the defense is going to give us, then we run our play. So lately that's been the fact. You know, but, you know, if we get on our heels and the defense, you know, gets tired, then we're going to go. And we've had some plays like even in Stanford game, we had 2 or 3 plays we would run, and then we'll check it, and they get tired, and then we'll just run like 2 more plays.
Molly.
You just finished talking about keeping the offensive line involved and pumping them up. What do you do with the other running backs, and especially DeAnthony as a freshman? He's had the fumbles. There's been some other things. What do you do to keep his head up?
You know, I tell him, you know, everybody fumbles. You know, if you carry the ball, you know, enough, you're going to fumble the ball. Then it seems like I tell him that, and then I fumble the ball. So, you know, it just happens to everybody, you know, who carries the ball. You know, he's young. The guy hit him on the ball, you know, with a huge cast. So, you know, it just happens, you know. Holding the ball, you know, it's just something that's going to happen if you carry the ball enough.
Are there any other questions for LaMichael? Rob?
On that punt play that you fumbled, is the brace an issue on that at all?
Really, it was a left-footed punter. I'm so used to catching right-footed punters, and the ball, you know, it curves differently, and I just misjudged it. I should have, you know, had my hands up a little more, and it just went through. You know, it wasn't a matter of the brace. I've been catching the ball with the brace for 3 weeks now and never had a problem.
Brian?
It's a real basic question. I know you're good friends with the Rogers brothers, and you probably are aware of the fact that Quiz never fumbled in his whole career at Oregon State. Did he ever give you any grief or, you know, any ribbon back and forth like, you know, I never fumbled, like, you know, to you?
Nah, you know, I give him a hard time about that because he's like 5'5", you know. Can't hit the ball from somebody that small.
The only guy you can make little guy jokes to. I got it.
Yeah, I know. Like I'm like 5'8", so I got him about 3 inches.